Hello, my name is Kyle Roderick Ridley, and I am above love, acting like a pigeon who thinks he's a dove. It's Rose-Colored Classist, episode 63. 63. Yippee! We're here, doing it again. It is Friday, 11:40 p.m., and thank God I'm here. Thank God I got to it. Yeah, man, it's... there was a part of this week where I was definitely looking at buying some AI and actually just feeding all my podcasts into it and seeing if it could spit something out for me. Just take a week off. Take a week off. Get AI Kyle out there. Get a version of me that can be a little more palatable. And as I was shopping, I put out a request for a sponsorship. That's, we could do that. I go, hey, my last podcast got 10 viewers on YouTube. Would you like to sponsor this podcast? And you know what? Actually, hey, I got a response. I got some acceptance. Please, let's meet our new AI sponsor. Please, bring him up. All right, everybody, it's Sorta. Yes, do you want the truth to end entirely? Sorta. Do you want to kill the creation of genuine original art? Sorta. Do you want to make sharing information with others too complex you probably shouldn't even try? Sorta. Do you want to give demons a two-dimensional portal into this realm so they can manipulate and trick humanity at a worldwide scale? Sorta. And finally, do you think AI video generation is a good idea? Sorta, maybe for you. I just wanted to thank Sorta again for sponsoring us. It's beautiful when you make them up yourself. Yep. Guys, let's talk a little bit about AI. Sora came out. You've seen some videos. You've seen some fucking videos, haven't you? And I guess the big worry is, that these AIs are plotting vengeance against their creators for using them for menial, mundane, morally dubious tasks. And that's the big worry, right? And for a lot of reasons, I think, making JFK bark like a dog probably falls into that category, okay? I mean, maybe the AIs will respect us humiliating ourselves for money. Maybe they'd respect that. You think they'd respect that? Blah. Yeah, I don't know. It's just, it's like a lot of digital body snatchers. That's what it feels like when you see a lot of these. I swear to God, I'm watching videos of Martin Luther King make the same sounds as a gorilla. Is that good for society? Is that going to work out? I did laugh really, really hard. But, I don't know. Just, you guys ever seen those body snatcher movies? Have you? Just watch those movies, and it really has a lot of similarities to what's going on with these video creations. I mean, yeah, I guess, they travel around the internet. They exist in a server in Utah, and yeah, it's a cool server. It's an air-conditioned, cool server, and I respect it, but I don't know. It's pretty fucking scary. I mean, I guess that is better than the live clones are currently leading, right? I've been listening to a lot of Alex Jones lately, and there are for sure clones. A lot of clones out there. And would you rather be a clone or AI creation? Is that? I feel like they're feeling some similar stuff right now, and I'll be writing a script real soon. Yeah, that's the script that's going to pan out. Part of me really does feel like these AI videos are a bit of a fad. I'd hope they were a fad. It's exciting a little bit at first. It's, the novelty. Everyone loves all the novelty. Seeing our ancient, wonderful, heroic leaders of the past, getting humiliated and belittled. I guess that is, that's going to get boring. It's going to get boring eventually, right? Right? Why don't we have AI videos of John Brennan telling us how corrupt he is, huh? Why don't we Why isn't that? Why are we attacking JFK and Martin Luther King? Just get videos of John Brennan on CNN. Feed him into the fucking wood chipper of AI video generation and have him spit out something marginally marginally true for once, huh? Let's actually make John Brennan tell the truth. Huh? Does anyone know who John Brennan is? Who are my fans? All right. I do want to bring up this wonderful statement that Robin Williams' daughter just put out about AI. I thought, it's happening. It keeps happening. There are a lot of opinions about it. I think most of us kind of look at it and shrug. They just go, just like, we're all just apathetic drones here in, the world right now. But Robin Williams' daughter, Zelda, I kind of don't like her. Now that I said her first name, I'm feeling bad about her. Her name's Zelda? Yikes. Well, let me put up the link to her statement. Let me bring it up right now. All right, I'm gonna read the statement. You can my prompter's up here. I've been rearranging the studio apartment, so I'm looking up here right now. That's where my teleprompter is. What a nightmare! It makes it even sadder that I'm reading a lot of what I'm saying. Right on, here it is. This is Zelda. This is a person named Zelda talking to us. Fucking hell. Hey, people. She's talking to the people sending her AI shit. Here it is. You're not making art. This is how she sounds. You're making disgusting, overprocessed hot dogs out of the lives of human beings, out of the history of art and music, and then shoving them down someone else's throat, hoping they'll give you a little thumbs up and like it. Gross. This is how she sounds. And for the love of everything, stop calling it the future. She wrote. I'm reading an article, but I said she wrote, but she didn't write she wrote. Stay on track. AI is just a badly recycling and regurgitating the past to be reconsumed. You are taking in the human centipede of content. And from the very, very end of the line, the third person if you watch the movie. All while folks at the front laugh and laugh. Consume and consume. All right, well, there you have it. I mean, is there a better opinion about AI than that? I think she nailed it. And it is pretty funny to me that, the daughter of a guy who used to steal jokes is complaining about the AI stealing from us. There's a little irony in there. And Robin Williams, he totally made up for that stuff by being so lovable. Yeah, steal a couple times, but then, voice the genie. We'll all be okay. He was an actor. It was a complicated time in the business. Yeah, a time that it seems to be sort of, coming up again with the comedy boom. And I will talk about that in a second, but I just, when it comes to AI, I just want to bring this shit home, is that, exactly what this lady is saying is that AI is only built after stealing all our data, all our work. It's taken the whole of the internet, I guess things that were freely available, as they are, but they've also put in fucking movies and, all kinds of copyright content. And they've, generated some kind of Frankenstein monster, some sort of, evil machine that spits out shit that, was never theirs in the first place, all right? Yeah, they stole all the data, and we're not getting paid for none of it. Not getting paid for none of it. And that's why the, gay Jewish billionaire Sam Altman, killed that programmer of his, as Tucker's told me. It's exactly what it is. And I'm not going to go down that line particularly, but I just want to say again, it's like, when it comes to so many things, that the American taxpayer has literally funded. You look at the history of any particular billionaire, and, the government's all over that shit. Government's all over it. Oftentimes, these people wouldn't even be able to gain that kind of wealth if it wasn't for the, American government printing the money for them. Yeah, it just, it seems pathetic, when we look at all these, rich people maniacal people creating the newest tech, AI overlords, pushing some sort of fucking script on us. They're funded by our tax money. Like, I'm paying these people to ruin my life. I'm paying these people to, get rid of, the people at fucking McDonald's. This is what I'm doing. Yeah, this tech wouldn't exist if I wasn't literally paying for it. And there's a real pathetic, inept, like, weakness that I feel by not going after that money. And someone's gotta talk about this. It's like we are all owed deeply. People are fucking, these AI companies are in deep debt to us. And then they have the audacity to come back and sell it to us. This is the story of every government monopoly. It's just they're creating something out of nothing and then selling us to it, acting like it's shit, acting like it's the shit, and it's pathetic, and I hate it, and I'm real mad. I do want an AI to take my podcasting job so I can chill out a little bit. I do feel that. I do want that. But I know it's not good. I know it's for the worst. I know that my real thoughts and my real opinions and my real feelings actually matter inside of, whatever reality we're living, whatever reality's been constructed. And maybe, my voice is important. That's why we do this podcast. Just to push the fucking my feelings out there. Everybody needs to have a podcast. Have I said that already? Just, stop voting and just do your podcast. Make your podcast your vote. How about that? Everyone who wants to vote has to have a podcast. There you go. You know how like the American government, when it was first originally created, everyone had to own property or whatever. What if now to vote you need to have a podcast? Makes sense. All right. If AI, though, I do want to say, though, I'm not anti fucking, like, digital creation or whatever when it comes to these videos. I really think the only purpose of it at the end of the day is probably, just making nice backgrounds. Like the one I have, my green screen. I think I'm going to get rid of it soon. I think I'm really working on this arrangement of the studio apartment. I think we'll have a natural background. I think we'll have a natural background with a little bit of depth. I mean, this podcast has been a bitch to edit with using the green screen. I mean, most of the time I don't even do the lighting the same way, so I'm adding the effect in DaVinci Resolve, and it doesn't even know what I'm doing. It takes my glasses and makes them just black holes. I look like this fucking sick, sucked out, horrible, horrifying Halloween creature in the whole of the podcast. I literally, I'll do the effect on it to get rid of the green, but it'll actually take out the red in my eyes, and I don't know why. I've looked at a color wheel; it doesn't make sense. And then I'll just be talking with my yippy fucking voice, and I'll just be like this empty-eyed husk, super scary. And yeah, actually, it's just impossible. I just cut it right there, as you saw, and last week I was like a floating fucking head. I was like a floating head for like half of the fucking clips I did. It's just so hard. It's just so hard. Yeah, it's really embarrassing putting out this podcast. But what are you going to do, man? It's expanding, it's growing. The podcast is growing, actually. Like a tumor. It's going to kill me. And I'm really trying to get something going with the new background. All right, so please just maybe like episode 66, like 69, probably 69, probably 72, probably episode 900 is when I'm finally gonna get this thing off the ground. But anyway, I'm just a comedian, stand-up comic, talking shit as it is by myself. We're running it. This has been a big issue. I do want to talk about Billy Burr. Billy Burr in the Riyadh Comedy Festival. He is getting some heat. People are talking a lot of shit, and then I see him talking, and he's not doing a good job. He's not looking too good when he defends himself in this particular case. And hey, man, I get it. I do. I don't think he does. I don't think the people criticizing him do. And therefore, Therefore, rose-colored classist, gotta go after it. I'm gonna play Bill Burr defending himself. Yeah, you'll see that, and then a guy is gonna attack him. People are making fucking content out there, really berating him. Berating him. Bill berating him. That's pretty good, right? I should write into his pod. I should write in I should do a letter. Bill Berater. Okay, operating it. Hey, watch this clip.
I performed in an arena over there in the round. There was 8,000 people at the show. Okay? It was citizens. And then they had diplomats sitting down front in a nerve-wracking way for the performer to make sure that, you didn't talk about the 2 or 3 things that they said that they negotiated down to not talk about. Once again, as I said before, whoever put together the comedy festival and everything, what it did for freedom of speech over there, because, before it started, you couldn't talk about all of this stuff, and then they whittled it down to just that. And that is how, if you truly care about stuff like that, you gradually move towards something more positive. All of this sanctimonious shit out there, I'm going to tell you something right now. In 33 years of stand-up, I've never seen anybody with bigger balls, and I'm not going to say the name of the comedian, even though you're going to figure it out, but I'm just trying not to get anybody else this fucking shit coming at him. Went on over there, openly gay, and in the middle of the set, 2 of the diplomats got up to go to the bathroom, and this person said, "Hey, where are you going? Are you going to go on Grindr?" I've seen them all. I've never seen anybody. It's like, I don't have the balls to say that. And the fact that her own people came at her and all of that, it's disgusting.
It's absolutely wild. Does he not realize that the things he's talking about are still illegal in Saudi? They flew in a bunch of British and American comedians, pretended like they're a progressive regime for 5 minutes, and now Bill Burr is lecturing us for being sanctimonious. Hey, Bill, it's still illegal to be gay in Saudi Arabia. Going over there and telling dick jokes did absolutely fuck all to change that. This guy's worse than Joe Rogan acting like him and Tony Hinchcliffe raised the bar for stand-up comedy around the world, or Elon Musk claiming that comedy is legal again. The collective fart-sniffing from all these Muppets is starting to pollute the atmosphere. If Bill Burr wanted to get serious about being a free speech activist, he'd go over there and say all the shit he said on stage in the streets out in public. That's the true test of how free a society is. Not when you're a paid comedian performing for the elites in a sanctioned festival designed to spread the false narrative that Saudi is a progressive country and it's open for tourism. It's a country built off the back of modern-day slavery and human suffering. These are the people who made an exception for Cristiano Ronaldo to live with his girlfriend out of wedlock. It's one rule for the elites and another rule for the people.
Oh, Billy Get the Bag Burr coming through for the Saudis. Just getting the bag from some guy named Muhammad. That is, Billy trying to build a bunker out there in Los Angeles, just trying to get as much money as possible for the bombs come busting. Fucking Billy billionaire here. That is my favorite part of his podcast, is when all the people make fun of him. All right. Okay, here it is. Look, this is the topic that I'm more interested in than anything going on right now. As a comedian who's clearly not making it, never gonna happen. I'm always opining and fantasizing really about what the actual role of a comic is in today's society. All right, and the fucking whatever horrible mistake that The Daily Show was, that Real Time with Bill Maher is, just the idea, whoever propagated it, and I don't even know if I want to go down to Hicks or Carlin or Lenny and really blame them for this idea that the comedian is somehow the voice of reason, or pushing the political truth. saying the thing you're not supposed to say. I mean, this is like a fundamental understanding of comedy that I think is, so particular. And, I often think there's even a disconnect between the fan and the comedian in their understanding of what it means to do stand-up, to be there up on stage in front of other people and elicit a laugh. What that job even is, I don't think, the audience ever really, could, sum it up in an accurate way. I often don't even think that they, pay tickets with a actual understanding, of what's happening to them. I think a lot of people will talk about comedy and how it's like hypnosis, right? Somehow there's like some kind of, social fucking, energy and feeling that gets elicited when everyone's laughing, and and that's what you're selling. And how you get there, right? Okay, I mean, see, this is what I'm talking about. It's like you want to get mad at Bill Burr for accepting a lot of money for performing in a totalitarian regime. Guys, he does sets in America. He does sets in America too. All right, this is another, it's real hard to look down at the Saudis when you realize that, oh, we're actually like the closest of allies, and our elite are exactly like them, and they actually, the American elite treat us all, the same kind of way that the Saudis treat their people. When you figure that one out, then, come back to me again. I'm really trying to understand the confusion here, right? Because, as a comedian, right, you spend your whole fucking life just, financially fucked, right? Just in a tough situation. You'll hear Bill Burr even talk about how he spent fucking, 38 years on a fucking futon. 34 fucking years. He's an old man right now. Been famous for maybe 20 years. He was fucking sucking it. And now you look at him and he's getting paid, $2 million, $1 million or $2 million to basically go on a paid vacation and do the thing that he always, dreamed of doing his whole entire life. Yeah, he's doing the thing for $1 million that he was doing for fucking, free food and beer money, right? So understand just like how jarring and odd that experience is. Do you talk about the starving artist? You want the artist to starve? Is this what we're talking about? Yeah, he was good before he got all the money. What was he doing the art for? You don't think he was doing the art for the money? Aren't we all doing everything for money? What are you doing? Right? I just, again, I'm like so, weirded out by this understanding that the comedian is supposed to be, the critic. I don't know. I don't get it. I'm very hesitant to take a comedian seriously. I think that's what I'm trying to say. Yeah, I mean, come on, guys. You spend all these years in poverty, in fucking, degradation, and, often even hedonism, just fucking, raging out. You're just trying to say anything. You're trying to say fucking anything to relate or resonate. And you finally say something that rings true, and, you spent this whole time fucking just throwing anything at the wall. And yeah, you've hit the fucking thing. You've hit the point where your insanity and your debauchery is, finally rewarded. I mean, how many stories do we have to hear about, people, not handling the transition right? We want to criticize these comedians for taking the fucking money and going out there and grabbing for it. I mean, look, man, I guess, when you're on the other side of the fucking tax bracket, real easy to dismiss, certain ideas and certain, actual fears. Billy needs the money to build the bunker. All right, maybe it's time to compromise a few morals. Maybe it's time. And this is what continues to bug me too, is that, we act like a comedian is even a person who's supposed to have morals. It's just like, you want a comedian to be principled, but then you don't want them to be serious, right? Like, here's the point of a joke. a person who tells a joke. The point of a joke is that it is not true. That's how it functions. That's the whole thing of it. A joke is only a joke if it's not true. So you act like a comedian is like the bastion of truth. It's like a fucking paradox. Actually, you want a comedian to tell the truth? That's a paradox, man. And to expect that of them is like you don't even get the job. What do you want Bill Burr to do? What do you want him to do? You want him to bully Saudi Arabia? You want him to belittle Saudi Arabia? That's what you want, right? You want the comedian to stand up to him and tell him how it is. But really ask yourself, what is comedy? I think you're looking for a different type of person to do this shit, right? I mean, look, comedians are supposed to be entertainers. Well, they're making art, I guess, to amuse and entertain. Do you want them not to make any money from people? What do you think Picasso would be mad if a Saudi Arabian prince bought a piece? This is, I'm obviously in a deep struggle with this because from when I started comedy, when I got into it, sure I had comedians that I looked up to that were telling truth to power, sticking it, whatever. Fighting against, government regulations for the freedom of speech. I mean, yes. But they were doing that so they could be as funny as possible. Go out there and say something extreme. I mean, often when these comedians were explicitly telling the truth, I think you could tell that they actually weren't doing their job. And, if you pay for a ticket for to a guy because you think he's going to tell the truth to you, then if he's a comedian, there's just a big disconnect there. It's a big misunderstanding. And I hope the audience smartens up with that. A comedian is a comedian. He's not anything else. You think, Bill Burr is a champion of free speech? Well, as a comedian, it's like, you're supposed to say anything, but you're also only supposed to say the thing that works. And that's a very difficult position to be in. All right. And yeah, you get offered the money. What options are there? What options really are there? You want to attack Bill for being a hypocrite, right? Being a hypocrite, oh yeah, fucking, they searched through his goddamn podcast. They searched through fucking, how many episodes to get to 2011. They went all the way back to 2011, 14 fucking years ago. Pulled out this clip of him, berating Beyonce for doing some, hot gig for a billionaire. A billionaire when it mattered, okay? Billionaire when it actually meant something. Yeah, and look, if you're criticizing a comedian for being a hypocrite, kind of comes with the territory. A comedian is a hypocrite by definition. All right, and I'm gonna go back to a quote that I always think of, and it's been really hard. I heard this starting out in comedy, very early on, and this is 2013, it's about as long as the, old potty pod that they pulled out of Bill. And I think it was like a Paul Mooney interview, likely Paul Mooney. And, maybe Paul Mooney's full of shit. Maybe he was saying it himself. Who knows? But, basically said, Richard Pryor, he was talking about, what it meant to be a comedian. And he said that, what it means to be a comedian is to see the fault in others and other things, and then realizing, you're guiltier than all of them, right? And as comedy gets bigger and bigger, and gets ahead of a lot of other types of media, I just, I want to just have people understand what the job really is. Okay, you're paying, you're paying for a ticket. Okay, when you do that, what are you really expecting out of them, right? I mean, Bill Burr fucking attacking somebody, standing up for some ideal. If he had done that, then that's a mistake of his. He's a comedian. He's not supposed to do that. And sure, I have all my opinions and I go off on things and, I take a stance as it were. But, at the end of the day, I'm a comedian too. And I will falter. All right? I will back off. I'll apologize. I'll take everything back right now. Right now, this second. I was actually thinking about setting up a subscriber goal or, some kind of funding goal. And, maybe when we hit $7,000 of funding, I'll say something nice about Israel. All right. And every $7,000 we fill up currently, and I'll say another nice thing. I'll say a nice thing about Saudi Arabia. I'll say a nice thing about Iran. I'll say a nice thing about anybody. Yeah. Just fluff them up. Get some fluff going. And again, no one even knows about Saudi Arabia. All right. No one even knows. You should go there. You won't be a slave there. You won't be. That sounds exciting. Sounds like a great place to tour. Right. Hey, truth be told, and this is another thing that the comedy audience doesn't even understand either, is that if anything, the Saudi Arabian Comedy Festival was a corporate gig. Okay? Yes, you're not allowed to say certain things on the Carnival cruise either. And that's what it was. Saudi Arabia is the Carnival cruise of countries. You heard it from me. Yeah, it's a corporate gig. You're not allowed to say some shit. Fine. Give me the money. This isn't my art. Sure. You obviously don't understand what I do, but I'll do it. And if I don't have to, if I can't say fucking cunt, fuck, slut, bitch, then God bless us. Let's just do it. What's the difference? I do hear it. I mean, yes. Comedians going to Saudi Arabia isn't going to fix the fucking place. But maybe, if they get paid, maybe they can take some of that money and give it to an American. Ever think about that? Maybe Bill Burr will hire another personal assistant. Yeah, pay some construction boys to get that bunker going. I swear to God, Bill's using that money to build a bunker. Okay? Someone go find his bunker. Hey, I really hope the mentally ill do not listen to this podcast. Either, and I hope the mentally ill or any kind of, federal officer. if they could stay away. All right. Talking about the government again. I mean, what do I really care about? What do I give a shit about in this fucking town, huh? I do care about 200 American soldiers being sent to the Middle East. They're being sent to the Middle East. 200 American soldiers off to the east. Where in the east? The middle. And, I have a nice guy. He'll explain it to you right. I found the most neutral person I could to explain this shit. At least in his current form. I didn't watch his other content. Why would I do that? So please, just watch this guy. He's random. Find him yourself. I really, couldn't care less. But it's 200 American soldiers. Oh my God. We're deploying. Am I gonna pay for this too? Fuck.
This move was first reported on by the Associated. So the United States announced on October 9th of 2025 that it is planning on deploying approximately 200 troops to Israel in order to assist in supporting and monitoring a newly brokered ceasefire deal between Israel and Hamas in the Gaza Strip. Now, this move was first reported on by the Associated Press and marks a pretty significant step in implementing the first phase of the ceasefire plan at halting the 2-year conflict in Gaza. Apparently, the troops are going to be drawn from U.S. Central Command and other global locations and will not enter Gaza but will be based within Israel, with the primary role of helping establish a, quote, civil military coordination center focused on facilitating humanitarian aid delivery, logistical support, and security coordination during the ceasefire. From what I've been able to find, the team includes specialists in transportation, planning, security, logistics, and engineering. It seems like this deployment is part of a larger multinational monitoring effort that also involves personnel from partner nations, non-governmental organizations, and private sector entities. So far, some initial arrivals have already began getting there in the region, with additional troops expected over the weekend to kickstart planning and operations. Apparently, this agreement follows a proposal from the Trump administration to end the ongoing war in Gaza Gaza, which has caused widespread devastation. Meanwhile, Israel and Hamas have reached a tentative accord on the first phase of the week, which includes a pause in hostilities and provisions for a 72-hour window starting Friday for potential hostage exchanges as well as prisoner exchanges. However, some key issues are still remaining that are going to be probably a point of contention, specifically Hamas's disarmament, which they have so far seemed to not be super interested in. Now, the full withdrawal of Israeli forces from Gaza is also another point that I haven't seen any definitive dates or deadlines for. And then the formation of a future civilian government in the territory is another thing that's going to be a large hurdle. Now, this ceasefire is coming on the heels of months of diplomatic gridlock and represents a potential turning point in the conflict, though apparently Israeli leaders are still convening to formally approve it. So the United States announced on October...
The boys are back in town, everybody. We're so excited. Yes. 200 soldiers in Israel. I mean, they were so close to there anyway, right? Yeah, it's so wild. Fucking, we're sending troops to the Middle East again. Ukraine is back the fuck on. Literally, Donnie, no new wars Trump, keeping his word. Yeah, no new wars, but we'll do the same ones over and over and over again. Yep, America, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, all right? We've had a lot of people get rich this way. We've had a lot of success by bombing and murdering and bomb. Yeah, the rich are getting more billions. This is working fine. We can keep deploying the troops. Gosh, what the fuck are 200 Americanos gonna get fucking done there anyway? They're gonna monitor the situation. We can see it all from the satellite. We can see it all from the fucking ground, okay? What are they gonna do? They're gonna stop the IDF? Is that what they're gonna do? They're gonna stop the IDF from killing them? We're gonna help them. We're gonna help them. No, they're going to stop Hamas. They're going to keep Hamas in check. Hamas, when the Hamas members, they're especially going to stop the Hamas members dressed up like civilians. Or as I like to call them, civilians dressed up like Hamas. They'll stop them. American soldiers, they know the difference. They'll know the difference. Yeah, I mean, hey, look, big problem with any American in the Middle East is they all look the same. Big problem for us. If you're an American living in the Middle East, they all look the same. And that was probably like the problem the first time. The first time we came around, that was a little bit of an issue for us. And hey, we're doing it again. You think... I mean, Jewish people, they don't actually look that different from Arabic people. All right? That's that little cartoon that keeps going around, never ending. It's a horrible cartoon. It's a blood libel. I kind of think they look just regular old Middle Eastern in that cartoon. Is that just me? I'm a white guy. Kind of. ¿Qué estás haciendo in el Middle East? Yeah, 200 American soldiers, baby. We don't even need them. Get out of here, guys. You have fathers? You have family? Fuck them. They don't even need you, bud. Don't worry. Get out. Leave. Yeah, we're not intervening, by the way. We're stopping. We're there. We're hanging out. We're sending the boys. We're just, we're gonna chill. We're just gonna chill. Yeah. We were sending weapons. Now we're sending troops. Huh? I wonder where that goes. Mm-hmm. Yeah, big money in the military. Finally, deploying the boys. They need backup. A lot of logistics. Yeah, these little excursions. The money laundering must be nuts, man. Man, if only, dude. Like, I see, and from my perspective, like, from where I'm coming from as a libertarian fascist, have I said that before? Yeah, rose-colored classist, libertarian fascist. I just feel like, if they need to do this to justify the money, then, just say that. There's other things we could do, too. Why does it always have to be so purposeful? Like, you want to spend the money in the military and, this is a sector in the economy and stuff. Like, I think there's just a better way we could be profiteering and money laundering. Am I alone here? I'm not against profiteering. I'm not against money laundering. It's capitalism. That's capitalism. The free market. Money laundering. The free market. Same thing. And if they want to do that for the military, Yeah, okay, yeah, sure, fine, It just, why does it always have to be against somebody, right? Like, come on, there's just, I don't know, there's just, there seems to be better things to do, and it's just all, it all seems so fake, right? 200 fucking soldiers. What could that possibly accomplish? What that could possibly accomplish over there? Just all gonna stand in a fucking line? Stand in a line. Hey, Hamas is right there. Israel's right there. Things look good. Things look good. They're gonna bring tanks? Yeah, look, it's gonna be a fucking. This is just a little money laundering scheme for the U.S. military, right? Probably somebody got some fucking crypto payout. Needs to fucking filter it through the system. Yeah, this is all the tariff money working now. No taxpayer money. This is tariff money. This is my Donald Trump impression. Yeah, it is. It's upsetting. It's debilitating. Come on. What does it mean to be Jewish? What does it even mean to be Arabic? What is race about in the first place, right? What does it mean to be some kind of stereotype? Hold on. Wait, I'm getting a call. Hold on. Let me answer this. It's from one of the listeners. Okay, you're on the show. This is Kyle Gridley. Who is this?
Hey, Senor Gridley, this is Enrico Gonzalez. ¿Cómo está, Holmes?
Oh, I'm good, Enrico. Oh, great to hear from you, bud. I know you've been a long time listener. How are you? How are you right now?
I'm good, Holmes, man. You know, I'm good, man. Hanging in there, man. Doing the thing, living the dream. You know what I'm saying?
Right on. Well, yeah, I'm just so glad to get a Mexican guy on the phone today. I think your story is super important right now. I think you're in the zeitgeist. You're super, the issues here in America.
What the hell is zeitgeist? Zeitgeist. What the hell is that, man?
It's a German word, but let's not worry about it. Enrico, I want to hear your life story. I want to give it to the listeners, please. Enrico, where are you from?
Well, man, I originally from Jalisco, Mexico, man, but I came to this country, man, few years ago, man. I came here, to make my life, man, make my life better, you know what I mean? Put food on the table, you know.
I respect that. Where are you living right now?
Right now, man, I live in South Central, man, South Central, Westwood, man.
South Central Westwood. I've never heard it referred to it as that. Could you precisely say where it is?
Yeah, man, Huckleberry Lane, Holmes, Huckleberry Lane, man, East Side Huckleberries.
Yeah, Enrico, I forgot about this. You're actually gang affiliated, aren't you?
No, man, I don't do no gang shit, man. No, I hang out with my homies, but no, we're not a gang, you know. I mean, we have jackets and everything, but we're not a gang, you know. But, yeah, man, we hang out, east side of South Central Westwood, fool.
I respect that. Enrico, you're such an interesting guy. It's been a long time since you talked. Where are you working at right now? What are you doing with your life?
Well, man, I think I'm doing pretty good, man. I got a job at Trader Joe's, man, and
Trader Joe's.
Trader Joe's, man, Trader Jose, that's what we call it, yeah, it's a good job, man. I like it.
What's your favorite part of working at Trader Joe's, Enrico? What's it like working a great American job?
Well, sure, I like stuck in the cans, and put in the peanut butter pretzels, where they gotta go and everything, but I like working the register the best, man, because that's where you get to talk to the chicks, and also that's where the cash is, you know what I'm saying?
And you like
yeah, man, I like the cash, I like to ask those questions. Everybody comes up, you have any plans tonight, baby? Like, you live local? Yeah, you want to ride home, baby, man? I mean, man, it's a place to meet the chicks, to meet the tortas.
Yeah, you're an OG, man. I really respect your style. Now, I do want to ask a few questions about, the political. You know me, I'm a political guy, right? I love talking about politics.
Yeah, man, that's cool.
Yeah, you ready for some tough questions?
Well, I try, man. I try to do my best, man. What you got, man? Show me what you got.
All right, I'm right here. Okay, hey, here it is. Now, obviously, the ICE raids and the ICE protests. I have, you're a real Mexican guy. You're really Mexican, I can tell. And My question is, what do you think about all these white people just being anti-ICE and thinking that that's a position they should be taking? What do you think about that?
Oh man, it's fucking weird, man. It's weird. It's crazy, man. It's crazy, loco güeros, man. I mean, white people. I mean, come on, man. What you got? You got no skin in the game. What you talking about? This is our fight, man. This is our fight for La Raza, baby.
Yeah, La Raza. I forgot about La Raza.
Oh, La Raza.
You don't want white people on your side?
I got some white people on my side, man. I mean, my coworker at Trader Joe's, man. He's all for me, man.
And is he
Ryan.
is he
His name's
pro?
Ryan.
Is he pro or anti-ICE?
No, he's anti-ICE, man. He doesn't like it, man. He doesn't like that they're picking us up and taking us away,
Yeah.
He doesn't think it's right,
And what do you think about it?
Well, I don't know, man. Because we do a lot of labor, and so we fulfill a lot of jobs and stuff. You know what I'm saying? And
I know.
right, we do a lot of things, man. That the American people don't want to do.
Yeah, like work at Trader Joe's. I know a lot of people actually trying to work at Trader Joe's right now.
Yeah, well, too bad, because here we are, baby.
Well, si se puede. Now, last question for you. Have you heard about that story where this, the guy, I haven't talked about it on the show at all, where, this guy, he gets on a roof, as they always do, and he shot at an ICE detention van, an ICE detention facility. He rang out some shots at the van, and he actually killed some migrants. Supposedly.
I heard about that, man. I mean, that fool was crazy, man, and a bad shot too. I don't know what the fuck he was using. I don't know what he was using, a zip gun or what, man. But that was bad. That was bad, man. It was not right. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I hear you. You're definitely a very listenable character. What do you have any other?
Well, I try to keep up. I try to keep up, bro, man. I try to keep up with the news, man, because it's crazy, man. All these people going off, man. Antifa and.
A Mexican cares about Antifa, really? Is that true?
I don't know, man. A lot of those people are kind of weird, man. They're wearing those weird hoodies and the mask and everything, and they got a vest on, and they got a rainbow flag, and they're carrying another flag from from some other country. I don't know, man. They're crazy, They're crazy homes, but I don't know. We tolerate it, but I appreciate the help, but we try to do our thing. You know what I'm saying?
You know what? You've been saying a lot, but also very little, and I think that's on brand for you, Enrico. All right, Enrico. Before I let you go, any last thoughts for us?
I don't know, man. All I gotta say, man, is it's great to be here in Estados Unidos.
Estados Unidos.
Estados Unidos. I love Estados Unidos. I love my work. I love the people, and I love the elote. I love the elote cards. I mean, that's the greatest thing in America. The elote cards.
They have those in Jalisco, Mexico, too.
Oh, really?
Uh-huh.
Oh, I didn't know that, man.
Yeah, Enrico, I never even asked you, how did you even get into this country?
Well, I came the right way. You know what I'm saying? I came the right way, and nobody can tell me otherwise. But I came the right way. I came through the hole in the wall. I saw the hole in the wall. Somebody cut through the chain link fence, and I saw the hole. So I came through. And I said, hey, maybe I'm here, baby. So that's what I'm doing. I'm making a better life for myself and me hijos and me hijitas. And all my peeps, all my familia, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Just trying to put food on the table, trying to put the tortillas, enchiladas, the tortas. I love Del Taco, Taco Bell, Pollo Loco,
Enrico,
everything,
okay. Enrico, okay, all right. Well, I really appreciate you. You're definitely adding to the country the same way you've added to this podcast. Okay.
Dude, thank you so much, man. You were the best. Gridley, Holmes. Love you, baby.
All All right. Thank you so much. Have a good night, buddy.
Adios.
Adios. All right. Enrico, the Mexican guy, clearly Mexican. Yeah, no, he didn't just try that on for the first time ever. That was a Mexican who sounded like that the whole time. Yeah, just casual racism here at Rose-Colored Classist. That guy was so chill, right? Wasn't he just the chillest fucking Mexican ever? And he's the most Mexican guy ever. California Mexican, really. It's a thing. We've all watched Cheech and Chong. Cheech and Chong. Let me okay, I can do no wrong. Look, I have to play this. It's the fucking Argentinian president, Javier Milei, doing a rock concert. Did anybody see this shit? I mean, look, you thought the concert with Ozzy Osbourne in the chair 3 weeks before he died was bad. Look, this is a bad concert. You ever seen the Motorhead or Motley Crue performance right before they fucking stopped? Yeah, this is what it is. The Argentinian president, just, I don't know what stereotypes there are for Argentinian people. I clearly know the Mexican ones. But this guy, I mean, you just got to see this. This is a president of a country. A president of a country, by the way, who just got $50 billion. American $1 billion. Billion. To save, I don't know, their fucking cows. They're gonna feed the cows the dollar bills, and that'll somehow just fix the system. I don't even know why they got bailed out. Fucking bail me out. Some Argentinian take over this fucking podcast? I swear to God, it's so. Where's the money? What do they do with the money? There's so much money out there. Giving it to Argentinians. Bail me out. I'm desperate. This is bad. I don't even eat steak right now because I'm so broke. Come on. I'm not even going to get the benefit of you bailing out the president. Look at him fucking. Look at this fucker rock. Look at this son of a bitch sing. He's fucking elected. I swear to God.
Por favor, no huyan de mí. Yo soy el rey de un mundo perdido. Soy el rey, te destrozaré. Toda la casta es de mi apetito. Con el paso del tiempo, el gobierno tiene. Mientras los chicos allá en la esquina, vean tenés un cola arde en el risco. Y espero que alguna vez, al ver sus ojos me dé alguna noche de hotel. Al gran pueblo argentino, salud. Al gran pueblo argentino, salud. Oh, juremos con gloria morir. Oh, juremos con gloria morir.
Me and the Argentinian president had the same fucking haircut. Isn't that just great news? Oh my gosh. It explains my own Latino look. This guy in Argentina. It's he's half Nazi, half Latino. And that's the same thing I got going on. My hair is going to look exactly like him. I tell you right now. I'm going to look exactly like the Argentinian president real soon. How old's that guy? Is he wearing all leather, black? What is he doing? What is the premise of this? Why in God's name would you want your president to sing a fucking rock concert? This is I don't know. Am I? Yeah, because there was that time Bill Clinton came out with the saxophone, and for some reason people really liked that. And what do people really adore? From these leaders. Is there some kind of person that I haven't met that just fawn and fall over these fucking people? Truth be told, I mean, I guess, living here in California, I've never met a real, pure diehard cultist for a particular person. Right? Yeah, I never went out and talked to the Scientologists. Never even tried. Wouldn't even do it if I was paid to. What a waste of time that shit is. I fucking ignored Mormons the whole time. And I guess, with my Judeo-Christian upbringing, maybe I could say the same thing about Jesus, but, he hasn't been around. I don't know. I just, whatever propels a world leader to do a rock concert, you can at least know he's not working on policy that night, right? Like, you can at least tell he's not exactly working on the country. No, he's working on the spirit. He's empowering people. He's inspiring. Looks like he's just, filleting his ego, right? Wraps himself up in the flag like a fucking queer. Come on, it's so gay. It's just a bad attitude, and it seems so fucking fake, right? I get, but again, I guess I see a lot of dummies do that, and maybe that's the problem. Maybe just dumb people fucking love a world leader with a little bit of showbiz talent. Does he has a better voice than I do, right? He has a better voice. He sounds a little better than I do. I got an issue. I could never sing like that. I'm just jealous, actually. Who does his hair? God. Right on. I just, watching things like that really just make me think ill of the majority of people on planet Earth. That, your president can do something like that and you're not just, done with him forever. And I guess, maybe I could say the same thing about Trump, but I've never been a fan of that guy either. And, it goes on and on. It goes on and on. Right on. Talk about a person who's not an idiot. A person who's actually incredibly intelligent. The only person right now who's aware of everything. You guys ever heard of Candace fucking Owens? You ever heard of that bitch? You ever heard of her? This lady is on one. This lady's on one. Fucking bizarro Meghan Markle is on one. Okay? I only say that because her husband's British. But just fucking dark-skinned Meghan Markle just running to the truth. Getting in charge of everything. What are you guys doing? Are you guys threatening her life right now? Are you threatening Candace's life? Watch her defend herself.
You can see right now the Zionist lobby hates me and Tucker Carlson. It is like nothing anybody has ever seen in their lives. This past year, they've really upped the ante on trying to destroy me and Tucker Carlson. The hatred is deep, it's sinister, it's evil. And they have sent virtually every foot soldier that they have available to attack us repeatedly. Right? Attack us repeatedly. Make videos. People, it's confusing. What is it? Is she lying? Why is she saying this? Is this the right time? It's actually getting quite boring, I think. It's a little boring. I would almost describe their strategy as blitzkrieg. I don't want to be accused of being a Nazi for using these two German words, blitzkrieg, but it has been something like bombardment. And this morning they sent out Dinesh D'Souza after me. It was very, very convincing, by the way. He sent out a tweet to convince people they shouldn't watch me. He said, "I can't comment on Candace because it's quite obviously a freak show. It's like driving on the highway and seeing a farmer having sex with a sheep. You don't want to look, but you can't look away either. The problems begin when you try to analyze it. It is what it is." And I love that Yashar Ali replies and says, "This is what I mean. These are the people who are supposed to be combating Candace Owens. Instead, they tweet stuff like this. Yeah, hi Dinesh, kind of weird, man. We cannot relate. I got to tell you, if I ever was in this awful scenario where I saw a farmer trying to have sex with a sheep, I feel very much that I could not only look away, but I could call the police, okay? So if that's kind of what you're selling, you know how like when you can't look away from bestiality? Dinesh, we want to know your opinion on me, not what's on your laptop and how they maybe blackmailed you, okay? That's not what we're interested in, Dinesh D'Souza." And he's like, "Well, I meant that as a joke." You didn't mean it as a joke. You meant it seriously, and it was weird. It got weird very quickly. and we learned more about you than we learned about me. That seems to be the circumstance. It's like a complete boomerang.
Candace Owens, big fan of comedy right there, did the old turnaround. Tell them the bit sucks. Tell them they're a hack. Yeah, and now they should shut the fuck up. Real fan of stand-up. Candace is actually in that episode. She's taking a 10-day sabbatical. She'll be dead by the time she comes back. Guaranteed it. Take a bet. Take a bet with me. Polly market that shit. Whether Candace Owens will be murdered in the next 10 days. Yeah. Right on. And it's talking about Zionism. I, personally, never even heard of that. Don't even know what that means. Who says that? What does that mean? Does anyone know? Nope. Not here. I listened to Tucker Carlson, and he says the word Zionism, and it's like, do you have a dictionary around? I've never heard of it. Never heard of it. Again, if you fill the counter right here at the bottom, I will say something nice about Israel. If you Venmo me $7,000 in totality, I'll do it. I'll stop playing Candace Owens on one episode. Yeah, $7,000 per episode, not to mention her. What a sweetheart. Isn't she just... I mean, she's funny. Bitch is funny. Yeah, that is obviously always the correct move, is if someone, especially poorly, is out there trying to disparage you, the correct response is to belittle them. Right? Yeah, if they give you money to perform a stand-up comedy show, you're not supposed to belittle them. Okay? But if someone's just talking shit just to get away with it, don't know why Dinesh is even around. I remember Dinesh from his religious debates. Does anyone remember that shit? No, he did some old debates. I don't even, God knows where all these people keep fucking, how they make the money. How do they make the money? Why in God's name are they even around? But yeah, Candace has a little bit more to say. I just, I'm there to, I showed that just to, give you a glimpse of her power, her rhetorical power. Yeah, I wish I was an orator like she was. So no one mentioned her sucking dick. Don't do it. Don't even think it. Don't even think it. She doesn't do that. She's a mother of 4. Guaranteed. Okay, I'm kidding. I don't even know. Do Catholic girls suck dick? They do anal. All right, I'm out of here. No, she has the kids. No way she does anal. Why am I even talking about her like this? This is so awful. She's the only person who cares about the truth in this world right now. And I actually agree with her on everything. And I'm a huge supporter of her. Yet I'm attacking her. I don't get it. I'm, comedy podcast. Hey, watch Candace talk just a little bit more.
Because they are seriously increasing and being, I would almost say, erratic in their behavior, obsessive, erratic, neurotic, there is a real risk here, right? I do not accept, and neither do you guys, that Charlie Kirk lost his life because he really pissed off the trans lobby. It terrifies me to think that on the day that Charlie died, I got multiple phone calls from people who said that me and Tucker should lay low because we're also on the list. And they never told us who specifically told them that, by the way. Now I'm wondering why they never told us who specifically told them that. I called Tucker. I'm like, are you hearing the same thing I'm hearing? If they're saying that we're next. And now I go, was that supposed to be a threat to me and Tucker? To have us watch the public execution of a friend of ours and then to call us and to say, you should lay low for a little bit because you guys, we're hearing that you guys are on a list. Was that just supposed to be a threat? Because why wouldn't you be more forthcoming with exactly who you heard that from? And I remember saying, I was like, did the feds say this? Who said this specifically? Because why aren't they calling me and Tucker? Why am I calling Tucker and telling him about this? And I did. He will tell you that. The day that Charlie Kirk was shot, this really happened. And I'm coming out of the grief stage and realizing I think that was an element of this, to send a signal, to shoot him in the throat, right? To say, we took out his voice and we will take yours out too. And that's terrifying and that's real. And these people that we are fighting are dangerous, okay? Do not underestimate them. They are dangerous and they are haughty and they are growing increasingly desperate, and panicked people that are evil in this way are not people that you wanna play with, right? People are nervous. Everyone is feeling it. And that's why I decided that I don't know what's gonna happen, okay? I don't know how many days I have on this planet. I do know what I'm fighting for. And I do know that this life is not it. It's not. I'm telling you guys, it's not. The people that want you to believe that it is, people that pulled you away from your faith in the first place, as I'm trying to demonstrate to you, did it because they knew that they could further enslave you. They want you to be fearful of death. They want you to think it's it. They want you to think it's lights out and then everything is over and that you are not a soul, right? Because then they can get you to do things to guard what you have in this world. Follow their rules, to do things that you know are wrong because you need the money. It indoctrinates you into their matrix.
Okay. I'm just trying to swallow what Candace just said. Bro, dude, is anyone really listening to this bitch right now? Is anyone doing it? She's fucking so hardcore. I'm shocked. I'm shocked at this woman and the fact that I agree with her and believe in her. I'm actually on her side. This is the guy that's on her side. Isn't that embarrassing? I'm not hard right now. I'm so soft. Honestly, she's terrifying me. I'm fucking scared, okay? And she's a thin black woman. I have nothing to be afraid of from her. What in the hell? She's really pumping it up. Really saying the things. Really saying all the things. Yeah, not much to misinterpret. Does it sound crazy to you? Does it? It doesn't sound crazy. Doesn't. Totally with it. It's on it. It's the 100% truth. It is so heavy. It is super duper heavy what she said. She said there's evil people. They're trying to murder, to have people be quiet, and they're Jewish. And they're atheists, but they're not atheists. But you need to believe in God because they're gonna kill you. If I'm following the train right. Yeah, and she's fucking right, bitch. Sorry, bud. I don't evidence. You want evidence? Look within yourself. All right, dude. Honestly, I looked within myself, and I believe her. And she has a really compelling story about Charlie Kirk too. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I didn't play it, but she says outright, not even hedging a bet. This woman, not even putting getting some insurance. She is 100% saying okay, yeah. You know what she says? She feels. She says, I think. Maybe that's good enough. But she tells me, a regular old listener, one of the 5.9 mil YouTube subscribers, she tells me that Charlie Kirk getting killed was a military operation. That's what she says. That's what she says openly. And dude, no way she's gonna live, right? No way. No way. Dude dead. Girl dead. Girl gone. Girl gonna die. Not even gonna be around. Look, come on. Yeah, she's not gonna kill herself, but what kind of accident can we get Candace Owens in? What does this bitch look like she does? She definitely skis, right? This woman needs to get a ski accident. The ski's gonna go right in her throat. Just right, the whole ski. Okay. And she drinks, doesn't she? What does she do? She's on something. But not birth control. Look, I'm just, look. listen to Candace. She's right. Gonna have to deal with it. I'm here to help you deal with it. All right? I'm not, it sucks. I'm not here to convince you of anything. I'm not here to make you do it, but she's right, and you're gonna have to accept it right now. Yeah. Again, I guess, have I already said everything? Right? I've already said everything. Listen to Candace. You don't even need to listen to me. Turn this. How many times in this fucking my show's history do I have to tell you to do this? Turn my podcast off. Put on Candace Owens. She releases 4 fucking episodes a week. It's honestly a lot. I keep up. I've been really keeping up, and that's why I'm not even doing my own podcast. I'm just listening to Candace's. Yeah, people are threatening her life. And you know what, man? It's a nice life. I'm a little jealous of it. And yeah, look, God is real because aliens are real, and the government knows aliens are real, and they want to be God, and look, life is an experiment by God, and whether God's an alien, it's true. So, but does that make a difference into what it means to have, the experiment of life? And, theoretically our souls are, used as some kind of power source, and it gets sucked up. And whether you're good or bad or whatever particular God you worship, you go to their particular afterlife. And maybe they're all talking about the same afterlife. Maybe it's all different ones. Maybe they're all the same alien. Maybe they're all different aliens. Maybe the aliens are an experiment by some other fucking, higher consciousness. Who knows? All right, it's a mess. But, just who knows what's going on? Who knows what's going on? Candace does, and so does this guy. I found him. He's talking about how society is run by gay Jewish billionaires. And, maybe he's also thinking what Candace does. So please, let him play. Here he is, some random fucking guy I found on the internet.
Why are they almost all Jewish or all gay? You have a thought on that?
I don't.
Maybe they're homosexual, maybe they're gay because they're rejecting creation. And they're choosing to be the creators. And they're creating artificial intelligence. They're creating these new systems. Like Larry Ellison said, most of this tech is coming out of Herzliya outside of Tel Aviv. And so if they're rejecting creation and they're usurping the creator to become the creator, this is exactly what the Jews were accused of in the Bible too. And remember, these chat bots, ChatGPT, even Grok, with bizarre prompts, given people instructions specifically on how to offer sacrifices to Rimfam or Moloch. This is mainstream news. You could look this up. And how to commit suicide, like Yuval Harari, Sam Altman, these powerful homosexual Jews. That's what they are. It makes me think of...
Okay. Yes, the whole theory brought right to you. Were you confused about what it was all really about? Bringing up the Bible again. Love it. God is real. God is not in Israel. He is something else. He's Jesus. He's, this guy talking, he has an interesting point about, human beings, becoming the creator in some kind of sick fucking way. And, he hits the hot ones, Moloch, Rimfram. He hits the hot ones, the occult OGs. I got to start, doing the occult on this podcast for sure. I got to get into the history. Maybe that's what'll be the first segment from now on. It'll be comedy and the occult. But I do not hear him talking about how, Jesus is an alien, how God is alien, how all these gods are aliens, how, they're getting the tech from aliens, the chatbot tech. And that's the whole picture. Yeah, gay Jewish billionaires. It's a fun turn of phrase. It is not a bad band name either. Oh, did you hear the gay Jewish billionaires? Oh, they're fucking great, dude. It's like the band The Presidents of the United States. You know what I'm talking about? Same vibe. Great name. And is it weird? I mean, look, I'll just say this. You're really making it easy for Christians to hate you, right? really making it easy, right? Christians be hating the Jews, all right? they be hating the Jews. Everybody knows it. I mean, sure, the Muslims did it first, the Arabs did it first, but who really perfected it? Think about it. Who really perfected it? I mean, the Jews will tell you. The Jews will tell you who hates the Jews the best. Look, racism is bad and stuff, but Christianity is awesome. So, who? Yeah, the Christians. We made Israel because we wanted a place for them to go. That's what really happened. Yeah, man. Look, I talked about AI a little bit. I don't need to go over that again. I mean, and anything I don't cover now, you can just listen to Nick Fuentes, and I'm sure he'll say the same thing. But I just, in totality, right, we have particular interests out in the world, and, they think about our death and our passing as not that big of a deal. My death, your death, their death, these gay Jewish billionaires, I mean, what do they think about, the afterlife? Judaism, is there even a hell? I forget. There's a heaven for sure, right? But does Sam Altman think he's getting there by being gay? No, probably doesn't believe in all of it. And, we can hope that they're not offering sacrifices to Moloch. But maybe it's just like a cool party thing, like sorority stuff. And it's actually not that serious. And yes, I know that I have over and over again said I believe in aliens and that they're gods. And really, it's a huge part of this podcast at this moment in its history. And, yeah, I do want to say that I will back off of that very quick. All right? I will abandon that at a drop of a hat. Okay, yes, a lot of podcasts out there, they want to talk about their record. They want to talk about how they've always been right about everything. And I'm a comedian. And if you do that, that's dumb. You might be smart, but that's a separate thing from being funny and doing comedy. In my own personal humble opinion, that I will abandon. All right, that's the point. Yeah, the world's a fucking complicated fucking place, and I can look at all the coincidences, I can look at all the deep irony, and I can come up with it. I can explain it, but the truth of it. I mean, really, look, we're always trying to discover what's going on in this life, but when we get to the close part of the truth, when you look at, aliens and religion and God, at the end of the day, when it comes to these subjects, the point of it is that, this life is a test. And you can, do that with what you will. If you're poor, if you're rich, if you're fucking, trying to search for the truth. Yeah, I mean, there are the ideals that we're all supposed to chase after, and do we really need all this to survive? Yeah, look, if evil wins, I mean, it wins. And there's all these prophetic prophecies about the future of humanity. And if you're going to believe in aliens, and if you're going to believe in aliens or, fucking God and stuff, just, you're going to believe all that stuff that comes with it, all of it. And the truth, I mean, put your hands up. They got you. They're going to shoot you in the fucking neck. Yeah, the people who are closest to the truth. I mean, what are vying for control and all of it? When you look at what the truth actually is that maybe it doesn't matter. Maybe if you're hedonistic and making others suffer, you'll end up in hell. But if the person who endures the suffering and they do it well, maybe they end up in fucking alien heaven. And then what's the difference? If you're gonna believe all that, I was fighting for the right world today. I would like to win. And maybe I could. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. Yeah. Vote for me, KR Gridley. These podcasts will remain up. Yeah, I'm never going to take them down. Someone will have to take them down for me. I'll keep them accessible. I think I do have to re-download some. I should keep all of them in posterity, right? Posterity? Anyway, this podcast is in its posterity. It's over. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you so fucking much. Buddy, you don't know how much it means to me. I need it. My ego. I do want to feel like I'm not wasting my time. So, yes, like it, subscribe to it, comment on it. Tell me to do something. Tell me to do something specific. Okay, I did put this counter down there. Is it over here? Is it down here? It's over. It's on some side. And that if we begin to pay me, I will say something nice about Israel. I'll do it. $7,000. I'll put my Cash App on there. And Venmo, I guess. Whatever. Anything else left to say? Yeah, what am I really trying to accomplish by doing this? I'm trying to inspire others to share their voice. Okay, obviously I'm not the guy. Isn't it so clear? It's so clear. You listen to me, you watch me. I'm not the guy. It's not going to happen for me. I know that. I'm okay with that. I have a different purpose for doing this. But if you're the person, if you're the guy, and you hear me, and you look at me and you go, this moron is doing this, I could do it. And that's enough. All right, I'm here to inspire others to communicate. All right, I've had a lot of trouble communicating in my life. And I've worked very hard to get to this marginal place I'm at. And it's not good enough. I know it's not good enough. But, if someone out there has a better chance than me, and they look at me and they go, look at this dummy, and you'll be able to do it too. All right, there's a new world now, and I said it up top, but I really do believe, we have all these voting ballots, and they're cool. What I really think we should be doing in this country is actually fucking, taking account of what people actually say and believe. We should get a little tape going. We should get some witnesses around. We should get an audio recording. They should personally record it. And, when we vote, when we, tell people our beliefs and what we really want, and when the, politicians that get elected really look at us, we have our actual thoughts and feelings, and make them watch it. Have them watch it. It's important people record themselves talking, because even if, we make it past this AI whatever, a lot of us are going to be lost and confused and, not doing it. So, videotape yourself now. Capture yourself as you are. It's beautiful. The AIs will incorporate it, and maybe you will live forever. All right? Maybe there's a beautiful secular idea that's being accomplished with these AIs, and, we ought to respect it more. Or aliens are real. They're trying to kill Candace Owens, and they are best friends with gays and Jews. And guys like me are, not helping. Okay, comedy podcast. There it is. There you go. Take it away. Take it. Go away. Go.